So I'm going to show you how to use these props to align your sleep posture. So when you sleep is the time when your body is actually able to rest and to restore. But if our bodies are misaligned while we're sleeping, that's when we're causing extra pressure on our bodies. And we don't want that while we sleep, because that's when we want to heal. That's when we want all of our blood to be able to flow freely. And when we misalign our bodies while we're sleeping, we're causing ourselves not to be able to heal as well as we could. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to align our hips and alleviate the pressure between our knees. So I'll start by showing you with the small pillow, which is what I use when I travel. It's smaller than the others, but you will still see a big difference, especially in your knees. Since there's a crack here in the middle of the pillow, what I do is I place the thicker part of the pillow towards my thighs, and I place my knees inside the indent there. And so what happens is that when I sleep, I have less pressure on my knees, my hips are more aligned, and they don't tilt inwards. So what happens when I remove the pillow is that my knees are pressing one against the other. To alleviate the pressure on my knees, I'll probably shift one knee forward. And so what happens is that the whole rest of my body follows. My hips start to go in, my shoulders start to go in, and now there's a lot of pressure on my neck, which is why a lot of us keep thinking that our pillows are bad, when actually in reality they just need to realign the rest of their bodies so there's less pressure on their neck. So that's the first way to use the small one. What you can also do is you can use it higher up. This will alleviate the pressure between your thighs, and since your knees still have a gap here, your knees arrive without so much pressure on them. And so this is with the small pillow. You can also use the medium pillow. So with this one you have a lot more support on the inside of your thighs. And so it's the same thing. I put the thicker part on the inside of my thighs, and then I align my leg with that indent in the pillow. So my body is still very supported, and what I can also do is if I want to extend the inside leg here, and I want to put this leg forward, I'm still aligned. So my knee still has support, my hips are still aligned. That makes it so that the upper part of my body has no pressure. So I can still sleep without having any extra pressure on my neck. And if you want even more support, you can use the biggest pillow. This one is a lot of fun to sleep with because it really gives you a lot of comfort. So same thing, the thicker part in between your thighs. And with this one, it's a lot of fun if you're someone who sleeps in a little ball, because when you do that, you actually have a lot of support on your stomach. It feels really nice. Also for your shoulder, you're able to rest your arm on the pillow. And again, if you want to go ahead and extend one of your legs, you can still do that by having maximum support. So again, this one feels particularly nice because you also have a little bit more support for the upper part of your body as well. So not having to put your arm on the bed, you can lift it up. And if you want some extra support, you can also add a second pillow like this. This way you have a bigger gap between your thighs, you have more support in your hips. It's a really, really supportive position to sleep in. So what I really love about sleeping with these props is that because you're in such a supportive position, you have less of a tendency to toss and turn when you sleep, so you're falling asleep much quicker, you're falling asleep with less pain, you're waking up, you feel really, really restored because you haven't applied any extra pressure, any unnecessary pressure to any of your muscles, any of your bones. And this really allows your body to restore itself, because since your spine is still in alignment and since you're not blocking any nerves by sleeping in an improper position like this is a very closed off position. My hips are twisted and my spine is not in the optimal position, it's not in the healing position. So that's why we want to go and get our support from our props, is to align our bodies, to sleep well, to feel good. And you can also go ahead and add a little bit more support at your shoulder area, so like this. Or if you want, you can even put it underneath like this. This position allows you to actually be able to open up your shoulder. So think of this actually like a restorative yoga pose, but while you're sleeping. So try to get yourself in the most comfortable position. Where you feel less support, add that support, and try to find the best sleeping position for your body. There are literally an infinite amount of positions that you can sleep with these things. So I like to do this as well. And I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like on the side view as well, so you can really see the alignment. Alright, so this is my sleeping position without the pillows. So you see that my hips are misaligned, my knees are pressing together, my shoulders are caving in, and then I have a lot of pressure on my neck here. So now with the pillows, this is what it looks like. So here I'm aligning my hips, and here I'm allowing space for my shoulder to rest on. So you can really see now that my hips are still squared, I'm not closing them off, I'm not twisting any part of my body, my upper body is not twisting, and I'm allowing it to rest here. And now I'm sleeping on my pillow and there's no pressure at all on my neck because my shoulders are aligned. I'm not pushing one of my shoulders forward, my shoulders are completely aligned, there's no pressure at all. So that is how to use the props to align your sleep posture. So try out a ton of different variations with these until you find your perfect sleep posture.